This week on Dumb Pitches, my guest is Mike Cotayo. And first of all, we really bond over being step parents. But we go through some of his bad ideas. You can sponsor an ex-husband that needs to get their shit together. Or my favorite at the end was rebranding Kinkos into Kinkies and making it a sex club. It's a really great episode. Here we go, Dumb Pitches.
What a bunch of dumb pitches. Oh my God.
Welcome to another episode of Dumb Pitches with Monica Nevi. I'm Monica Nevi, your host. This is the show where we talk to successful people about their worst ideas. Happy to be back here, 2023. Here we go. And we welcome our first guest. Mike Cotayo is here. Yay.
Hey, everybody.
There
Yay,
you are.
I'm here.
Thanks for being here. I appreciate you.
I appreciate being here.
Good. All right. Okay. So how we like to start the show is we're going to give everyone your good ideas, your credits, so they know that you haven't only had bad ideas. So Mike Cotayo, impressive. Well, first of all, you're an East Coast guy. That's exciting. You were awarded top comedian at the Philadelphia Pride Festival. You did 2020 amateur night at the Apollo. You've been on Opie and Anthony, Aaron Berg, Rise of the Radio. You even played a Colin Quinn's stalker. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, you have a special called Crossing the Line on Roku TV. I have Roku TV. Ooh. Yeah, so you've been doing lots of stuff. So you've done cool stuff. You've had good ideas. We want everyone to know,
Most of them not good. I can tell you that. Okay. Most of them.
So for the amount of good ones, there were more bad ones. Is that how you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Well,
I did a YouTube show. I think 2 or 3 episodes. Worst ideas you should never do.
Ooh. Okay. Hey, you all right? So you were prepared, which is funny because normally when people come on this show, sometimes they're not very prepared, or sometimes they haven't even shared the ideas a bit. But you sent me some, and I'm very excited for you to share with the audience some of these ideas.
I was sweating bullets coming up with them because I could not have an idea. I called a friend of mine. I'm like, let me I need to come up with this. And then just him being on the phone, I threw out a couple.
He was like, yeah, those are really bad. Cool. That's good. Yeah. Well, again, we didn't mean to make you nervous, but I'm glad you're taking it seriously. All right. Well, then, okay. What did you think of? What did you come up with when we sent you the deal?
Let's see. So I don't remember, honestly. Let me look up what I sent you. Okay. So I came up with a sleeping app that will put you in REM sleep. So you'll finally get a good night's sleep. The only thing is when you get into REM, we're going to tell you. So an alarm is going to go off. Beep, beep, beep. You did it.
You're doing great. Okay.
Wake you right up.
That's true.
And it's gonna be a weekly fee, so that we'll keep on making money.
I like that you've thought about all of that part, because sometimes people are like, this is the idea, but maybe haven't thought about charging people, because all these ideas I would assume eventually monetized. That's the point.
Exactly.
That's funny.
How you gotta do it.
I was thinking about that because I have a Fitbit, right, and it controls my life. But it has like a little meditation, like a breathing thing. And when I meditate, I close my eyes and stuff, but you're supposed to breathe with this like circle on the screen. And you have to like sit there and watch it if you're going to do it, which I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that still kind of gets you in the right mode. But then, so if I just breathe, not looking at it, I'm like way off of it. And so it like buzzes to try to be like, get back, get on the actual thing, which just distracts me. Like, it's not a very good. So when you said that the alarm goes off, I was like, well, that makes sense.
I have my master's in social work. And so I've been trained in like a lot of like meditation stuff. And
Ooh.
whenever I was in a training where they had you go to close your eyes, I always felt like someone was going to do something to me. Like,
Like
so I could never sit with my eyes closed the whole time.
your
I'm like,
trust
somebody's
issues.
come, yeah, somebody's going to come up behind me and tickle me
That's
or
funny
give
because
me a wet willy.
yeah, I don't think I've ever, and I meditate quite a bit, and I have a meditation album that I made, but it's like dirty meditation. So
Oh, I love that.
yeah, I'll have to send it to you. It's so I do a lot, but I don't know if I've ever gone all the way through with my eyes closed the whole time because that's part of it. I'm like, who's I'm alone supposedly or whatever. I mean, sometimes I'm outside, but you're like, wait, who's coming around? Like I wouldn't notice, but yeah,
Exactly.
that's good. Maybe that's it. We need some sort of like, you need a meditation bodyguard or something. So just stand over you while you're.
It goes up. Stranger danger,
Yeah.
stranger danger.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a good addition to the app. Okay. Rem, do you have a name for that app? The sleep app?
Losing my religion
Losing my religion.
because
Okay.
it's REM.
Yeah. um, I
That
like
is
that.
dating me. That just says
That's
I'm old.
okay. We draw a diverse demographic of age here. That's okay. That's good. All right. What how about the second one? What did you think of?
You know, those Sally Struthers Save the Children commercials
Mhm.
from back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought she ate the children because she got fatter and fatter. But
She's like, save the children from me. Okay. This is
Sally Struthers eat the children. But like, I would have it instead of for the cup price of a cup of coffee, you too can sponsor an ex-husband. Like all these wives coming on to get their ex-husbands out of their life. And this is very near and dear to my heart because my wife's ex-husband lives in our basement. So,
Okay, so you
it's a
sponsor.
real.
So what would they? What would you be providing for them? A different place to live, or like how are we
Uh,
helping the
yeah,
ex-husband
and
move
like
on?
once a month he'll write you a letter showing he has a job, a wave, like real happy.
He's got a pay stub. That's great. Oh man, I wonder. That seems like maybe more common now because it's popular. I mean, obviously, if that's the situation you're in, not
It's not
popular.
popular.
No, it's not popular. But it seems more ideal that you don't have this terrible relationship with your exes. Especially if you're
Right.
co-parenting or something. Like it is you. It's at least kind of a goal for people to be like, oh, we can still get along and do all this stuff. And so obviously there are situations where you don't hate each other enough or you've moved
I
on
mean,
to nice enough people. I don't know. Yeah.
I love him. Like he's my brother husband. Like we get along great.
How did she enjoy having him in the basement?
There are mixed reviews.
Okay.
Like, so we have a daughter, they have a daughter from their first marriage. I'm the pandemic parent. I'm
Yeah.
always here. So I'm raising the kid. And it's funny, like, even before, I'm more of the disciplinarian. So her dad would be in the living room with her, and I'd be in the kitchen drinking coffee, and she'd come in the kitchen and ask me permission to have breakfast. I'm like, why don't you ask your father? He's sitting
He's
right
right
there.
there.
Like I want her to. She calls me Mike, and I want her to call me something other than Mike. Like because it feels I'm like a parent. Like I've thought about combining Mike with Dad, like maybe Mad or Dyke, but then I just sound like an angry lesbian,
Yeah,
and
that's yeah, you're like, oh, it's been a while, just call me Dyke. That's not gonna go over well.
just call me Dyke. She actually started calling me Mook. And
Mook?
I'm thinking about going to her and saying, why don't you call me that forever?
Yeah. I mean, that is an
But
interesting thing. So I'm a step parent, similar situation, did all the remote learning and pandemic stuff with him. And so it is because my wife was at work a lot. He does ask me more questions sometimes because I was the structured one. I was the one who was there
Right.
and all that stuff. And so it's odd because he does have to explain when people ask, is this your mom or something? Then he'll explain, no, this is my stepmom. But if someone says, oh, your mom's over there, he doesn't correct them, which is cute.
Yeah, she doesn't correct. Now she doesn't correct. Like a few years before the pandemic, when I'd go pick her up for school and someone would say, Aurelia, your dad's here, like another kid. She'd go, he's not my dad.
He's not my dad,
like,
yeah. That's, he still calls me Monica, so maybe I need a new comment.
Mamika.
Yeah. When I used to work at a Boys and Girls Club, and they sometimes would call me Momika, because they're weird. But yeah, we could do that, I guess. I don't know. Does that have a good ring to it? I don't know. Okay, so sponsor.
How do you like being a step parent?
I really like it, actually. I think I'm pretty involved. I know that there's other ways to do it. You can be varying levels of involvement. Sounds like you're similarly involved as I am.
Yeah.
I was going through kind of a period where I'd been single for a long time, like 8 years, and I think I started to want kids, I guess, in some capacity. But I did kind of, even when I was joking about it on stage, was like, I just want to acquire one. I don't want to do all the other stuff. And then it just kind of happened. I met Erin and she already had a kid and all that stuff. So it did kind of work itself out. And so I think as I was already I actually want to be a parent, then I was able to really actually be involved. We don't have the same situation with the father. So I try to be just a nicer person, I guess, than the experience he's had on the other side. I try to be diplomatic when I talk about that. But so
you gotta, the kids involved.
Yeah, exactly. But I did work with kids for a long time. And so I think that experience actually helped me quite a bit. Just knowing, because he's the total opposite of me. He's really high energy, loves attention. When I was a kid, I was painfully shy, never really talked, all that stuff. But he wants to be the center of attention, loves, dancing around and singing and stuff, which is great. But it's at some point you gotta be all right, this is a lot. You gotta bring it down. So we worked it out. We got a good structure and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm very invested. Obviously, we got married.
Right.
And actually really want to be a parent. And at this point am invested in who he is. I want him to be a good kid and find things that he likes and all that stuff. And so, yeah, fully invested.
How old is he?
9.
Mine's 9 too.
Really? What is happening? Oh my gosh.
How cool is it?
Yeah.
Parallel life.
Stepdad crew. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. Well, that's good. Because now when you sent me this idea, at first I was like, I wouldn't want to have, take any responsibility for anyone's exes. So this would be good because then they could hopefully get their shit together.
It was weird. I've always wanted lots of kids. And then I had one and I'm like, let's rethink this whole thing.
Yeah, it is a lot.
They're a lot of work.
We've talked about when we first got together, it was kind of what would we do? We looked into adoption, all this different stuff. And then it just became too much of an age gap for her. And the biggest thing is she's he's getting very close to being able to do shit for himself, and so then to start it over again, even though they're cute and all that, it's a lot of work. So we kind of eventually decided that, we're good with the one.
Yeah, I don't know. I want only children are horrible people.
Yeah.
No offense if you're an only child out there,
half child, but yeah.
But that's the reason I would want another kid, is just to give her the opportunity to have a sibling.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. We're it would make him such a better person because he is spoiled, and it's hard not to spoil them because they're the only one getting. And none of my cousins, my brother is maybe just now, and he's like 9 years older than me. He just got married and stuff, you know, like there's no other children at this point in the family. So even when we're all together, he's doubly spoiled because all the grandparents and all the aunts and uncles and everybody just, it's like, that's the one kid, you know, and you can't really get away from it because he's the only one.
Yeah. I think like this could spark a great bad idea, like 9-year-old death matches, like WWE for 9-year-olds.
All the only children get together and then see who can come out on top.
So I come from a big family, and there are about 8 other kids in that family. So they all came over for like a birthday party or something. And Aurelia that's my daughter, was losing her shit. And I said to her, you wanted siblings. This is what it's like.
I know.
She's like, I changed my mind.
That's so, well, good at least, because he'll be like, I want a little brother. I want whatever. He wants to be a twin, which we really had to explain to him is not quite an option. But, but he, you know, it's cute. But then we're like, okay, well, like, you know, all your toys, your room, all this different stuff. When there's a baby, like they're gonna get a lot of attention, you know, and then you can kind of see it in his face, like, maybe I don't want that, you know. It's like maybe that's the idea. You get like, I mean, I guess that's a play date. I was gonna say you can like rent other people's kids to just for a little, like a week, so that they have the experience of like having a sibling, and then they'll be like, no, I'm good.
Rent a child.
Yeah, but I guess you could swap. You know, they could go over there. They could go over.
Ooh, like that. Wait, that's weird. Baby swapping.
Baby swap. Yeah. Oh, somebody had an idea.
I'm sure that's a felony somewhere.
I mean, if you both agree to it for a little, I don't know. Anyways, that'll work itself out. I like the sponsoring the ex-husband situation, especially if you share a child. That's even more, you know.
Yeah, and that was what got me. Like, I'm a bleeding heart. Like, and my wife said to me, he's either gonna live in his car or something. And I'm like, all right, fine.
Yeah, I mean, I would do the same thing. So that's you're a good guy. So now you're like, we got to help some of these other. You know, once you have a firsthand experience with some sort of cause, it allows you to open your mind to, oh, there's other people going through this. So because you have this situation with an ex-husband, you know, there's other people out there who might need help.
Exactly.
It's a good pitch.
And maybe they could start a group.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, and they could get in a support group for, what's the, like, Big Brothers and Sisters, you know, that program, but it's like the husbands that are still like, they sponsor an ex-husband that needs it.
What's funny, this is all in my act, and like the funniest part of this in my act is when we got married, we had a COVID smaller wedding, and the DJ introduced us using his last name. So he was like, well, please welcome for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Michael John B.A.
Oh my gosh. She's like, no, that would be the second time, first of all. And oh no, oh my gosh.
We started dying.
That's hilarious. I'm glad you had a good sense of humor about it, because that's like.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, those little parts. I mean, I just got married in October. So those little parts of weddings that you don't think about. It's like, how do you want to be announced? And you're like, oh yeah, because we didn't change our names or anything. You know, we're like, I'm just Monica and Aaron. I don't know. You know, but you don't think about them. There's a lot of little parts to it. So that's funny. Even the one thing, you're like, oh, we probably should have gone over that.
I was engaged once before to a man, and like, I am so glad I dodged that bullet. Like
the wedding part, or just being with a dude?
No, I'll be with anyone, dog, cat, I don't care. Like, just love me. But no, we were together for 3.5 years, and he had a lot of problems. So it's like him and my mom got really close, which was weird because my mom was the hardest, she had the hardest time with my sexuality. And then when I started dating women again, she was equally as confused.
Confused. Yeah,
So
she's like, I already accepted this other thing. Now we got to go back. Yeah, and especially if she likes someone you were dating. Ugh.
yeah, yeah.
It's a
And
slippery slope.
my mom passed, and when she passed, I told Willie, who's my ex, and he sent me all these pictures he had of her from her 60th birthday party,
Oh,
and then he came to the funeral mass, which was really nice.
that is really nice. That's
Yeah,
very sweet. Well, Mike, just based on the little bit we've chatted, I think you seem to have good people in your life because you're a nice guy. So that's good.
I
That's
try.
good.
I do what I can. Just don't get me angry, and we'll
Okay.
be.
That's hopefully pretty easy for me. But all right, we have time maybe for one more of your bad ideas if you have
Okay.
another.
Uh, I'll let you decide. Kinkos or dumbwaiter?
Oh, dumb waiter, Blake says. Dumb waiter.
Dumbwaiter.
Okay.
Okay. So dumbwaiters are those pulley systems they have in old houses that you put things on the second floor, bring them from first floor to third floor, whatever.
Yeah.
I want to get like a high school dropout to be my dumbwaiter. So we could like, do you want some water? Where's the cup? Like really stupid
Yeah.
things, and it could be fun.
Just put
Like
it in
it,
the dumb
and
waiter. So
maybe,
then just this dumb young kid just bringing
yeah,
bringing
and
stuff
maybe
upstairs.
instead of paying him, you tutor him.
Okay. That's just, see, it's all going back and forth here. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. Negotiations.
This could overlap with the ex-husband thing.
I think so.
I don't know. Like, here, I do like that idea of just having someone, just someone who like just hangs out in your house, and you're like, could you just go get me stuff and bring it back? Like, I mean, I understand that's like a butler, but not in that same regard.
But they're so dumb. They get the wrong things all
Oh
the
yeah,
time.
it wouldn't be very effective, I suppose. But
Why did you bring me a sandwich? I asked for a cup of coffee.
it's like I got hungry halfway through. You don't want it? I'll eat it. Yeah. Later. Okay. All right. We have time for the Kinkos. Go ahead.
Okay. So
You can vote
you
which
know
one.
how Kinkos was brought over from FedEx? FedEx brought Kinkos. Kinkos has decided to rebrand and create like a copier agency that's also a sex club, and they're calling it Kinky.
Okay.
And
Does the establishment look the same as the Kinkos, but there's just sexy stuff happening?
yes, except there are slings and whips.
Okay, just added a few things. That's good. Okay.
Aisle 5.
Okay, so what can you do? I mean, just like a normal sex club type of place, or how do we
Yeah, and
incorporate
I think like if you want to photocopy your private parts, you get 10% off.
Is it a place you can go to actually do that
Yeah,
on purpose?
yeah.
You know, that, and maybe, and not, I feel like we don't make a lot of copies, and printing isn't as common as it used to be.
We could bring it back.
Yeah.
Like, look at all the horny people who would go to Kinkies.
Some of our younger listeners might not know that was a thing. It was, I guess, if you were like mad at your boss, or you were just being, maybe you were into getting caught. That's a kink, right? Like kind of getting caught.
Yeah.
Sometimes people would put, their junk on the copy machine or sit on it
People
or something.
sit on copy machine,
yeah, and then make copies of their butthole or whatever they're doing. And I don't think people hear about that enough anymore, but that's a common thing. So now we're creating a space here at Kinkies where you can safely, explore your fetishes with the copy machine.
It's the feel good copier place.
Feel extra good. And then while you're waiting for your copies to print out, you can sit on the sex wing. I don't know.
There you go. Pens could double as dildos. Look at that.
There you go.
You get those size queens going. Too small. They're too small.
That would be a fun, like, Okay, so I mean, maybe you have as well, but I've performed at like quite a few sex clubs or lifestyle events, is what they like
Yeah.
to refer to that community as, a lifestyle community. And I'm like a very just interested person. I'm interested in hearing what you're into, and even not even just in a sexual way, but religions or whatever. Like I like
Right.
hearing about what you think, and they are the most like honest and like open group, I feel like, because they it takes a lot for you to be like, look, I'm into something and I'm going to go to a place where I feel comfortable and I'm allowed to
Right.
do that. So you learn a lot from there. So it would be such a good combination of having is that maybe when somebody comes and they're like, I'm just here to make copies, like regular copies, but
Kinkies could have an open mic night.
there you go. It's perfect. I mean, that would be just the copy machine going in the background. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Yeah. Kinkos needed a rebrand. Not,
They did. They
we
really
feel like
did.
we've lost the name now. It's just FedEx.
I always thought, like, I guess I'm a dirty person naturally. I've always thought Kinkos was a great name for like kinkies.
Yeah. Kinkos Sex Club. You could just put it at the bottom there. Kinkies.
I call TD Bank Titty Bank. Like if you say TD really fast, it's titty.
Hell yeah. That's fun. That's more fun than anything else. Why call things their normal name? Anyways.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
I honestly think that could be a success. I think, well, one, we all know sex sells.
Yes.
So anything that we can, and it's like some of those, now you see a million different like sex toy ads on Instagram. Like they work with whatever popular, like a meme account or something, then it's like some tweet that's about sex, and then the next thing is like a vibrator or whatever. It's just far more popular than anybody makes it seem, because you don't like talk about it explicitly all the time, but it's like $1 billion industry.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sex clubs and stuff. So I mean, it's not, I think and like The Office, that's a fantasy, right? Like I know it's like kind of old timey, but sleeping with someone you work with in the office is kind of a thing, or or whatever. I don't know, bringing your spouse into the office and having sex on your desk or something. So you could maybe facilitate that in a Kinkies. Sorry, I was just imagining. Like I still have the vision of a normal Kinkos, and so there's just like an older woman
There's
trying
like
to get digital
like
photos off her
curtain.
camera or something while someone's like over. Which is again.
There's a curtain on aisle 5.
Yeah.
You gotta pass through.
That is part of the kink sometimes, is the like other people being around, or like
right,
whatever.
Right.
So maybe that would play into. I could be the person just making copies. I'm fine with that. That's it. Hey, keep doing what you're doing, I guess.
Copies.
Yeah. Don't mind me. Oh my gosh.
And the voyeurs, it's a great place for voyeurs.
Yeah,
I'm just making the copies.
That's like anyways, that's part of it too. If you've never been to a sex club, there's often some rooms with like big windows and stuff, because they like to be watched, and some people like to watch them. So it's a nice community.
When I started dating, my wife and I have been friends for over 10 years. So she knows 15 years. So she knows everything about me. And when we started dating, I was running a sex club in the city. I was running at night.
Nice.
At a club called Paddles.
Paddles. Okay, that's a good one. See, okay, so now you clearly have the experience from the business side of how a sex club would work, and then you add that together in the with the Kinkos. I think it's a good, I think it's a good combo.
I think so.
I mean, I loved all your ideas, but that one might be my favorite. So good work
we can
on
make
that.
It happen.
We could, yeah. We just need, comment if you want to invest in Kinkies. Okay. Well, tell everybody where they can follow you and come see you, and how to keep track of you.
Linktree.com/funnymanmike is the easiest way. Funnymanmike.com, Instagram, funnymanmike Cotayo, and I am going to be in Little Rock, Arkansas in February and North Carolina
Nice.
in March. And I'm just trying to get around. I have a physical disability. I don't know if you know that. And so I'm planning the first ever disabled comedy festival to launch in March of next year.
That's exciting. And where will that be?
Yeah. Probably tri-state area.
Tri-state area.
Uh,
Nice.
and I'm hoping that it gets bigger each year and it'll be bi-coastal.
That's really exciting.
So
That's a great idea. And I mean, yeah, good thing you didn't pitch that on here because I think that's a good idea and we're all invested.
yay!
Well, yeah, well, good. We'll give Mike a follow and keep track of all that. And, like and subscribe and give us a rating and review wherever you are. I don't know. There's a lot of places to listen and watch. YouTube, we have YouTube memberships if you want to join that. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to ask, where are you located?
I'm in Seattle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, West Coast, Seattle. So yeah, if you're ever going to be up here, you let me know. But
I will definitely.
yeah, but thank you for being here. And if you're watching, you can just, keep watching Dumb Pitches.
You're weird.
Yes.